that she's gotten with this boy. He is controlling her, brainwashing her. She's on a path where she's going nowhere.
They think Jordan's not good enough for me. They think that he's a piece of
Ever since Paige has been with Jordan, she has become more and more distant. I don't get to see the baby. I don't get to see her.
I'm not controlling Paige at all. If she wanted to go back with her parents today, she could.
I don't think the living environment is healthy. There is a python snake that lives with a newborn baby.
This is Jordan and Paige's room. We have a nursery upstairs that we are preparing. My main objective is to get them where they need to be in life before I, feel like I can let go.
When we offered to adopt the baby, Paige's response was positive, almost like a sense of relief to her.
Jordan's reaction, he turned beet red real quick. And I said, whoa, Jordan, I'm just asking. I'm not saying we're going to take her from you. It's not going for that.
I think it's actually kind of funny that Paige's parents actually wanted to try to adopt Miley, because when we first told them that she was pregnant, the first thing out of Nikki's mouth was, you either need to get an abortion or we need to give her for adoption.
They're not capable of being parents.
Paige needs to get on track, and I mean now. She is spiraling out of control, but if I don't get a grip on it now, it's going to be too far gone.
Now, Nikki wrote in, and in that letter, she said that her 17-year-old stepdaughter had just delivered a baby. Now, you want your stepdaughter away, correct?
Yes.
You think it's not healthy?
Not healthy, no.
Okay.
Not a healthy environment, he can't even hold her head right.
And you think that he is brainwashing your stepdaughter?
Yes.
Now, the baby's teen dad, Jordan, has a very different version of this. Take a look.
My name's Jordan. I'm 18 years old. I'm the father of a 2-month-old. I live with my dad and my girlfriend, Paige. Some of the challenges I'm facing right now is going to school, being the father, working, and just dealing with everything. Paige's parents are trying to get her to break up with me and to adopt my daughter. Paige's stepmother has said that I'm no good and I'm not going to go anywhere. I think I'm very capable of taking care of Paige and the baby. I've been doing it for the past 9 to 10 months now. I wish Paige's parents would just understand that Miley's my daughter, Paige is my girlfriend, and I'm going to keep being there and we're going to be a family.
I've talked to you a little bit, Nikki, and I'll start with you. What's your biggest problem with this whole thing?
He has been extremely controlling, brainwashing. We've watched her go downhill. She's failing in school. She's got tattoos.
So do you really mean that brainwashing, and do you just think that she's kind of...
I think he has a huge control over her. We can't see her ever alone without him. He never lets her speak on the phone unless he's right there or on the phone.
She doesn't answer our calls. I mean, we had to take her phone away, so I have to rely to call Jordan, but of course, never calls me back. I haven't seen her. She's never just come by the house.
What do you think about what they're saying?
9 months ago, they wanted nothing to do with her. At the first family meeting, she was like, okay, we're going to get this baby up for adoption. We're going to do it for abortion.
Swear I won't forget this, why do I regret this? In my mind reckless, thoughts are feeling endless. Sitting up I'm breathless, anxiety's infectious. I feel so defenseless, betrayed and embarrassed. I hate being open, I hate being broken. I feel like an ocean filled up with emotion. Anger ain't a potion, rub it on like lotion. I can feel it soaking, reopen, the scars have awoken. I can't move on till I let go. I feel so lost, never at home. Need to be strong, every breath hold. Cause I can't move on till I let go. I can't move on till I let go. I feel so lost, never at home. Need to be strong, every breath hold. Cause I can't move on till I let go. The pain makes it real. I don't wanna feel, I just wanna kill. The bad thoughts are still a good thought to feel. I'm just lost to feel, I'm just lost to feel. I need time to heal, I can't steer the wheel. Cause this drive it kills, and it gives me chills. A nice road it feels, I slip off the peel and crash all the steel. Will I ever heal? I can't move on till I let go. I feel so lost, never at home. Need to be strong, every breath hold. Cause I can't move on till I let go. I can't move on till I let go. I feel so lost, never at home. Need to be strong, every breath hold. Cause I can't move on till I let go.
Paige and I didn't want that.
That's not true.
No.
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 You kept grabbing
Not true.
at the
Your
first meeting.
word,
Nikki,
you wanted abortion, Nikki.
We put
That's
our
the
options
first thing you
out
said
there.
was abortion.
We put our options out there,
And
but
then
we
you
would
want to
never
adopt her
ever.
off.
Right. No, that's not
We-
right.
And what did I
we-
say? What did I say?
What did you say?
I said, if anybody's going to adopt that baby, it'll be me because they're going to be with me.
And how's that working for you?
That's working great.
Really?
Yes.
You say it's not? Why?
And you
It's
want to talk about
absolutely
control?
not working
Nikki, you
for
want to
them.
talk about control? That's all you did in that first meeting. Is control
Someone
that
had to
whole
be in control of
meeting.
that
No,
meeting.
I
We
was-
were in
I was
shock.
one too.
No, you guys
Everybody
are
had
sitting in order right now. You control him and you control her.
Oh, she
No.
controls me? I don't think so.
Well, hold
Yes.
on a minute. We're talking about Paige like you're not even here.
I don't even know where they're getting all this control. He doesn't control me. I don't even know how to explain.
Did you get my calls last night?
Yeah, I did, and I'm
Well, how
not
come you
answering
didn't call me
them.
back? I mean, you were flying. I wanted to check on you.
You act fine to me. You act fine, and then you go behind my back talking to them, saying all this stuff, and it makes no sense to me.
Miley
No.
is 7 weeks old, and they've moved 5 times. He kicked them out when
When the
Miley
baby
was
was a
1
week
week
old?
old. He has an 18-year-old girlfriend that lives with him, along with a
you said
python
18.
snake.
Nikki, you said 18. That's legal, okay? That's really none of your business.
You
though.
went to
It's
high
none of your
school
business.
with her.
But
It's
it's
none of
not
your
his
business with his relationship, okay?
It's-
If he wants to have an 18-year-old girlfriend, cool.
It's
Who cares?
the environment.
What
I
environment?
care,
I'd
actually.
like to.
Who cares? I care. Listen, I've got one interest here, and that's this baby. And this child is going to be hitting developmental benchmarks. There are going to be things coming along that need to be happening right now. And this child needs some stability. You are not a paragon of good judgment here. So I take everything you say with a real grain of salt. And I read you in your pre-interview, you said, I want them to understand that these two are headed in the right direction.
Yes, they are.
What does that mean?
What does that mean?
They've moved 5 times. He doesn't have a job.
Yes, he does.
There's no ability to take care of this child without support from the 4 of y'all.
Okay.
How is that in the right direction?
Well, let's count moves. We started off in an apartment. We went to a bigger house because we have a baby
Paige
coming.
started off at her mom's.
Yeah.
And then she wanted her to leave.
So
I mean, she didn't want a baby at the house.
And let's
say,
find out
because you
why.
just
Let's ask why.
Yes.
Okay, what's your point? Listen, listen, Chris, seriously. Again, I'm just interested in the baby. What's your point? You really want to count moves? You really want to talk about why? How is that in the best interest of this child that you want to waste time talking about that?
Thank you.
Because you want to be right?
Because moving has nothing to do with this. It's where they're at now with that baby.
Stability, stability. That's
For as
not
long as
stability.
they need me.
Okay.
My
As long as they
concern
need
here,
me.
my
I said that
concern
from the
is
very
that you're
beginning.
saying that they're moving in the right direction.
Yes, they are.
And I don't see anything right about what's going on. There needs to be some major changes, some reality checks going on here. Look, this isn't my first rodeo.
The right direction is they're both still in high school, and Jordan will graduate this year.
But they don't have a dime in their pocket.
And they both failed last year.
You know, Phil, we had the first meeting out. I met him 3 weeks before I found she got pregnant. We talked. He told me he's going to go to school. Go to school, get a job, support this baby, and Paige is going to do the same thing.
I'm doing all those right now.
Jordan, you haven't.
I'm a senior in high school.
You
Okay?
where's your job?
I have a job after school every freaking day.
When did
I
you
work
start
with
that?
Phil, anyways, he's had at least
Y'all
4
have been
different
around
jobs
for the
I've
past
ever
month.
seen him
Y'all
have.
chose not to be in her life.
And he just keeps telling me this, and I'm
We
getting
don't
to the point
choose not
where
to be in our
Keep
life. We
judging.
call instead.
I don't want to live with him.
Judge.
I don't
Y'all
want
take
to
her
live with him.
phone
He's
away.
lying to me every
Like,
time.
How are you supposed to call?
I'm a
Let's
dad.
not
That's my
bring up
girl.
the Jeep at the beginning of the school day. Let's go take her vehicle away so that all that's on in her mind, instead of focusing on schoolwork, is, oh crap, they just took my Jeep.
But they also are parents now, and they've been driving that Jeep for several months with no insurance. Inspection sticker was 6 months old,
You got
and
insurance
it
in your
reeked of
car,
beer
too?
and pop when we went to pick it up.
You didn't do hers.
All right,
That's
time
not
out.
responsible.
Time out. We're going to come back. We're going to talk about why does Jordan think Paige's parents are always trying to get her alone? He's very suspicious of their motives here. It sounds to me like maybe with good reason. We'll be right back.
Tomorrow on Dr. Phil. They've dated for over 3 years.
I want to see a ring on my finger or goodbye.
He says he's not ready.
I've been burned. I do not want it to happen again.
Will he commit or quit?
You need to make up your mind.
You going to marry this girl?
And a wedding shocker
You found out you married somebody that was still married.
with an unbelievable twist.
Are you still intimate with him?
That's tomorrow.
Ross and Nikki adopting the baby would be a great solution to our problem. We would still have Miley, and Paige would still be able to see her grow, and she's part of our lives.
They were like, if you move in, you can't date Jordan. There's no way that I can just cut him out of my life, and I wouldn't want to.
Well, on this side, I have Jordan and Paige. They are teen parents. They're fighting to keep their baby. Jordan's dad, Chris, is here. He supports them doing this. On this side, we have Paige's mom, Marcy, her dad, Ross, and Ross's new wife, Paige's stepmother, Nikki. She's the one that wrote to me about the arguing and fighting and this baby that's caught in the middle. So who should raise this baby? Each side thinks they know best. Now, are you concerned about this baby right now?
Not at all. Miley's happy.
So you have no concerns about teen parents, children themselves raising a baby. Chris, I don't get it.
Well, they're not raising the baby alone. They are not.
They're raising
raising the
it
baby
with you and your 18-year-old girlfriend?
alone. They're raising that baby with me. My girlfriend has nothing to do with this.
Dr. Phil, he's not home every night. He's gone to work. He has to work at night. I understand that. But he's not there. These 2 kids alone in the house by themselves with the baby.
I would just like to say...
First, go ahead.
Well, first of all, when Paige got pregnant, it was very hard. It was very hard. Paige was sneaking out. I mean, we had other kids in the house, slamming doors, yelling at me. So during this, when I went to counseling, you know, I was like, she's like,
Just let her go. If that's what she wants to do, put her out in the real world, let her see what it's like. Because if she has that baby, then they get together, then you've lost another year down the road. But right now, if you can make her realize that it's hard, then maybe she'll come back and make the right decision. And what happened is I did let her move out. Under the information that I was given at the time, that's what we decided was best. And I've lost complete control, and that's the hardest thing, is because she is still 17. But I have no control. I can't tell her to come home. And I don't...
You let her move out at what age?
16.
To live with...
Me.
Because it was continuing to be, she was sneaking out.
It was a stress on your marriage. That's what it was.
No, it wasn't. You didn't have respect for me. You thought, oh, I have a baby now. You can't tell me what to do. That's what it was. And it was very hard. You take one person down or you take the whole family down.
The whole time that I lived with you, Mom, you had no control. I did whatever I wanted. You did not.
No, behind our back you did.
No.
So
you knew.
She's real manipulative.
And so basically what I'm saying is they've been on their own all that time during the pregnancy and everything, and now he does work at night, so they're still on their home. There's no structure, there's no boundaries, there's no guidance.
So what do you want to see happen here today?
I want Paige to come back home. I think that Paige a year ago was into sports, did academically great. She had life, she had friends, and now she has, in the last 13 months, failed a grade. She has 2 huge body tattoos. You need to get mentally healthy, physically,
and
everything.
You're
not thinking straight. I think that.
I had my first one before y'all.
Okay, the only 2 people I've tattooed is myself and my dad. No, I did not. My friend did.
Well, what did you let somebody do that to my girl for?
So yes,
she
I did let her.
That's not. I can't say, oh, I'm not, because I'm not controlling like y'all think I am. All right, I'm not.
Then what are you doing right now?
I'm trying to tell y'all how it is, because y'all are so.
You keep telling me that.
Y'all are so messed up in the head. Y'all never freaking listen, ever.
Because you lie. You lie. You say you're going to work. You don't work.
No, I'm not going to chill out.
You say you're going to get a job. You don't.
I have a job.
I have a job. A week in his business.
I got a job for the past month that y'all haven't been in high school. When you come to school, take her.
Hey, now wait a minute. We're going to have a conversation here, but don't you use that kind of language on my stage. That is disrespectful to these people. It's disrespectful to your father. It's disrespectful to the women that are sitting here.
Apologize.
Now grow up.
Apologize.
So they're telling you to chill out. I'm telling you, watch your mouth. Don't do that.
Can I talk for a minute, and can y'all listen?
Sure.
Okay.
No, we've been listening to you.
Okay.
9 months.
All right, let him say what he's got to say.
Marcy, you say that I never let her answer the phone. Okay, right now, I gave her my phone. I don't need it. She's the only person I talk to. When you go backstage and look in her purse, my phone's in there. She does not answer your calls because she doesn't want to talk to you. Okay? I don't control her. We have a very mutual relationship.
In order for us to see Paige, we have to make a trip up to the high school, call her into the principal's office.
I tell her to go see you. I tell her to take my
all y'all do is attack me, all of y'all. That's all y'all do. Y'all get me alone, and then y'all just team them up on me.
Let's talk about the meeting when we had you alone.
Okay, do you want to talk about this because you want to prove yourself right?
No, absolutely
I am
not.
stunned at the selfishness of the agendas that are being run here. I seriously am. Do you really want to revisit something 9 months ago so you can prove yourself right?
Absolutely
then
not.
Why do you
I
want
am
to talk
not
about
here
this?
to prove myself right.
Well, apparently you are, because that's what you want to talk about.
I'm here to help her and Miley. And let's talk about the meeting we had a few weeks ago.
Okay, let's talk about the meeting we're having right now. Let's talk about the meeting we're having right now.
Okay.
If you guys are saying that you want to reconnect with her,
yes,
I'm just going to tell you straight up, you couldn't be going about this more wrong if you had sat down and said, how can we alienate this child?
That's why we're here.
Based on, look, I've just met y'all people. You seem like delightful people. Seriously, I'm not being sarcastic at all when I say it. You really do.
That's why we're here.
I think y'all are very nice people.
We want help.
But you couldn't, look, let's just look at it from pure evil, okay? Let's take your theory that he's an evil controller. What's he doing? He's telling her what she wants to hear.
Right.
You're telling her what she doesn't want to hear. You couldn't be driving her more to him if you were chasing her with a stick. Come on, you know better.
I'm
not saying you're evil. That's a theory. That's a hypothetical. I'm not saying that at all. I kind of wish we could like freeze and then flash forward a year and come back and have this conversation and see who put up and who shut up. I've been doing this for 35 years, Chris. They are not going in the right direction. It certainly isn't working for anybody here most importantly, Miley.
Right.
That's the only thing that we need to be focused on at this moment. I've got to take a break. Next, Nikki says the teens can barely afford to buy groceries. So why on earth did Jordan buy another mouth to feed and bring it into their home? We'll talk about that when we come back.
Monday on an all-new Dr. Phil. It's Avery's first birthday.
Repeat after me. You can't change what you don't acknowledge.
Which grandparent
This is good for you.
That's my screen.
is the better babysitter?
All right, good match.
Plus, she's lost over 100 pounds,
Think she looks good?
but hasn't gained enough compliments from her husband.
Do not pause when I ask you this stuff. I am lobbing you softballs, buddy.
That's Monday. Then on Tuesday, viewers called him infuriating.
They got Daddy wrapped around their little finger. True?
Very true.
Dr. Phil's most frustrating parents
The girls are doing good at home.
are back.
Did she scream at you and attack you?
She did. When I
That's
let
what
me...
you call the girls are doing pretty good.
That's Tuesday. Then on Wednesday,
911, what's your emergency? I just killed my husband.
a life of fear,
This is a woman that has been abused.
a crime of passion.
I just picked up the gun and I shot him.
The evidence points to self-defense,
He said he told you he was going to kill the kids before he killed you.
but there's a shocking twist.
When I saw premeditated, my jaw dropped.
She's charged with first-degree murder.
That's Wednesday.
Jordan is not suited to be a father because he cannot provide for Paige and for Miley. He can't hold a job. He is still to this day has not showed anything to me.
I just feel that they are not trying. Neither of them work. You would think that if you knew that you had a baby coming, that you would really try to go out there and get a job and try to provide, and they don't.
How do you think Paige is going to react to all of this when it's over with?
I think she's going to turn her back on us again. And
Interestingly enough, you kind of feel like they've turned their back on you.
Nikki controls every move of my parents, and she's not my parent. My parents are my mom and dad, and I just feel like they're trying to control me and dictate what I'm doing, and what I'm doing I think is best. We're going to school, we're trying.
Well, you quit going. You enrolled in summer school and you didn't go.
I didn't enroll, my mom enrolled me.
I enrolled her, yes, hoping that you would catch up.
Because
And
she
you
had
didn't go.
failed
You
the
failed a grade?
previous- Yes.
Okay. So you're a senior and you're
A junior.
a junior. Did you ever ask your son what he was thinking about getting a girl pregnant?
Oh, yeah. You know, he knows he has more responsibilities on his plate. So he's doing what he's got to do.
So you think he's taken a turn just recently here to be more responsible?
Jordan has made huge turns. Huge, especially lately. When you can see when he's taking care of Miley. I never in a million years thought I'd see that.
So listen, I don't doubt that these two love this baby. I mean, I
Oh no,
really
I honestly didn't think that he would change a diaper.
Yeah,
He's
I get
nonstop
that.
now.
Yeah, that's terrific, particularly for you, Paige. I mean, it's terrific for you that he's doing that. But have y'all gone to parenting classes?
Well, our school was supposed to give us a class, but they never did.
Well, it's not school's responsibility. It's not school's baby. It's your baby. And you can make some mistakes just by not knowing. It doesn't mean that you don't love. Doesn't mean that you're not well intended. Look at this picture. What's wrong with that picture? The baby's sleeping on its stomach.
The doctor told us to.
Yeah. You need to get another doctor. You have to understand how to deal with this child because things are going to start coming up real soon. Because you talk about this, oh, we're doing this, we're that. I mean, yeah, that makes a good copy. But the fact is, you're living off other people right now. You're being supported by your father at this point. And I don't care how willing or not you are to do that. That's not a solution.
Well, we had our own place, and we also wanted to go to school. But then the school got an anonymous call. It was saying that we were out of district, so we had to move back in with my dad. We were paying the bills.
They do have school districts. If you move outside of them, then you're outside of them. There are rules. That's part of maturing and understanding that you got to do what you're required to do.
They wanted to be with their friends. Is it really about getting educated? Because there's that right there in your backyard.
We already knew the school. We knew the teachers. We knew the program. We were comfortable with it. We didn't want to jump into something new again.
You know, if it wasn't about your friends, why don't you go to work in the morning and then go to night school? That's what I would.
Because I want to be home helping Paige with the baby. That's not fair for her to be doing it all by herself at night.
Well, you let her at nighttime go. She used to get up all by herself, and you never helped her. And I told you when we went to y'all's house that time, you know, you called her. Well, I said, why don't you help her? If you think it's so easy, why don't you get up in the middle of the night and help her with that baby? You didn't at first, Jordan, and then you say, well, she can get off her fat ass and do something at night. That's the least she could do.
That's
what you said. And you know I'm not lying. That's the truth. That's what you told me.
I did not say her fat. I said she sits on her ass all day.
No. You said her fat lady?
No, I said she sits on her ass all day.
Okay, but also, I just want to say, Dr. Phil, the reason that I feel that it's not that we're trying to take the baby away. I've met with Paige several times when it's just been me and her, and I can tell that she's not mentally stable. She's, you know, talked about giving the baby up for adoption. She's overwhelmed. You know, you're on antidepressants. You're drinking, partying. Well, yeah, I am. But I also make good decisions, and when I make a bad decision,
about the whole adoption thing,
just gang up.
she was going through the postpartum without the antidepressant, so y'all were just putting all these thoughts in her head. But I'm the one doing it.
Y'all just keep attacking.
I said she can move back in with y'all, but it's not fair that I don't ever get to see my daughter.
We were holding you back from seeing your daughter.
No, that's not what she told me. She said that y'all, I signed my rights away.
How can we do that?
That's your baby.
That's the law. We can't do nothing about it. We're just grandparents.
We want to help. We want y'all to
But do you really think it's going to be good, Ross? Do you honestly? Okay. Do you really think it's going to be good if Miley has to go back and forth all the time when she can just be with us and we're happy? Why can't y'all just be happy for us?
You can't take care of her.
How can I not?
We're taking care of
Is she healthy? Yes. Does she have a place to live? Does she have clothes on her back?
How much money you got in your pocket right now? You don't have no money. Y'all don't have any money.
You
I'm
have
trying
a
to tell you that.
I have money in my bank account. Do you have access to my bank account? Because I do. I've been saving money the entire time.
Well, you say that. That's
all right. Time out. We'll be right back.
Me and Jordan's plans are to finish school. He wants to go to college, and I want to go to cosmetology school.
Miley is Jordan Page's motivation to graduate from high school. I have never witnessed so much homework being done every night than this year.
They were going to half-school programs last year and couldn't even make a half-day program. They just expect everything to come to them and everybody to give them everything.
School is hard and very stressful, but we'll get through it.
Your son or daughter could be in imminent danger of getting pregnant or getting someone pregnant. Now, we're talking with teen parents Paige and Jordan who are fighting with her parents over their newborn baby. Now, one of the big complaints from Paige's parents is how can they both graduate from high school while they're taking care of a newborn baby? You have financial problems, right?
Yes, sir.
I mean, you're 18. You made $6,300 last year. Poverty level is $18,000. You have to triple your income to hit poverty. You went out and bought a puppy, right?
Yes, sir.
What'd you pay for the puppy?
200.
$200?
Well, my dad and I split it for her.
How many? But I mean, how many boxes of diapers can you buy for $200?
Like 3 or 4.
What?
3 or 4.
3 or 4 boxes of diapers?
Look at the big ones.
Wow. That's expensive diapers. He's got to get this, Chris. You're not helping him if you prop him up where he doesn't get it. But if you have the best interest of Paige at heart, you have the best interest of Miley at heart, you would be having a very different attitude about this instead of pointing your finger and yelling at 3 people that are offering to help your daughter. They have to check. You heard me say they need to change the way they're doing this. I totally get that. Chris, you and I agree with that on that point. What y'all are doing is not reasonable. It is not working. That has to change. But if you've got her best interest at heart, you want her to have a good relationship with her family.
I do.
And you want this baby to have an extended family. You should be trying to find a way to make peace here. Because you kind of started this whole thing, right?
In a way, yes, sir.
In a way?
Yes, sir. Oh, we started it.
Yeah, I'm coming to her next. But I mean, seriously, you made some really bad judgments here. And you said you were drunk at the time?
Yes, sir.
Which also is illegal.
Yes, sir.
And you were drunk at the time?
Yes, sir.
And you were 16?
Yes, sir.
So he had you out drinking at 16 and got you pregnant? And
It wasn't just him.
I'm sorry?
It wasn't him. I did stuff like that before we dated.
Yeah, well, is he the father?
Yes.
Then he got you drunk, you got drunk, and y'all got pregnant. I mean, Chris, I mean, you can't tell me it's heading in the right direction. That is irresponsible. Have y'all been drunk since then?
Yes, sir.
You haven't been out, you haven't partied, you haven't been with your friends, you haven't been drinking. Is that true?
We've been out with our friends and stuff.
Is that true that they haven't been out drinking?
It's not true.
Right?
I mean, tell me the truth. We got to deal with the truth here. So he says that's not true.
Okay.
So are y'all lying to me?
I say that's not true because, and I wasn't there, okay? But I do know that they had some friends over at the house that they were staying at my ex-in-law's ranch. I do know that group. It's just not these two sitting here. Like you said, teenagers all over. They're all doing wrong. And they need to, and I hope they watch this show and realize.
So did y'all just lie to me?
Okay.
No? Did y'all just lie to me?
I did not drink. My friends did come over.
Yeah,
There was alcohol there, but we did not drink. And Miley was not there.
Okay, what about when I babysat Miley? They came the next day because they were going to go home and get rest. They both were hungover when they picked the baby up.
We weren't hungover.
I wasn't hungover.
You weren't hungover?
No.
Well, I don't think. She told me the same thing.
When we picked up the truck from the high school, it reeked of smoke and beer.
Beer?
Beer.
Yes.
Okay, I'm 18, so...
We can't buy beer.
I mean, I had
Doesn't keep you from getting
cigarettes,
it.
so I mean...
Y'all just said you're drunk illegally just a second ago.
I'm just asking y'all, are you telling me the truth here?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So your dad's just wrong.
I know I wasn't thinking that night. I mean, we were just living the moment, I guess you could say, just having fun.
Well, that moment's going to last over 20 years of parenting here. I mean, that's the point, right? I mean, this is a long haul. And that's I hate this for y'all, but that's part of growing up. When you choose the behavior, you choose the consequences.
And Paige was on the pill, but she didn't take it.
I wasn't on the pill
because you didn't
then.
want to get fat. Because that's something that I know that I didn't agree with it, but we did decide that that was best. We took her to the
That was
doctor.
like the beginning of my freshman year.
You want Paige to move home and have support and stability, correct?
Yes.
And y'all are happy to do that?
Yes, sir.
And you'll provide for her in every way with some expectations about what she does and does not do.
Exactly.
Correct.
Yeah.
And if she did that, you're not saying, okay, we've now got her in our clutches, so we're going to throw up a wall and cut Jordan off from her and from the baby, or you are?
No, sir, because I thought about that too. You know, I said, I'm not getting anywhere being bad towards him. I got to accept him who he is, just so I can see my daughter and my granddaughter.
When you first got pregnant, did you consider placing the baby for adoption?
What 16-year-old doesn't?
And of course, now that you have the baby and you've bonded with the baby, you feel like the thing to do is to keep the baby.
Yes, sir.
Do you want what's best for the baby?
Yes.
Even if it's not what you want right now in the moment?
Yes.
Because y'all are holding hands and all. I mean, that's great. But right now, what you want is to be with Jordan and have the baby and the three of y'all be kind of cuddled up right there, right? That's what you want.
Yes, sir.
If that's not what's best for the baby, are you willing to make sacrifices?
And there's no doubt in my mind that it is what's best for her.
I understand that, but if it proved that it wasn't the best thing for the baby, would you be willing to give up what you want and put the baby's interest ahead of your own?
Yes, sir.
Are you willing to try to find a way to make some peace with your mother and your father and your stepmother?
Yeah, that's why I'm here.
Because at this point, we got a lot of finger pointing going back and forth, and you know, you're calling them judgmental, and then at the break they all kind of hold hands in the middle, and you say, "Oh, so fake." It sounded pretty judgmental to me as well, so it's kind of the pot calling the kettle black, and y'all are pointing fingers at Chris and
Nikki doesn't even know me. She never even got a chance to know me. She's known me 20 minutes in one room at the first parent meeting and hasn't bothered to call me. She calls my ex-wife a lot, but doesn't call me.
You were very hostile at that meeting, and if I recall, my husband had to sit you down because you were so angry.
No, it's not true.
It was.
No, it's not.
He even jumped up. Dad, settle down. This is about me and Paige. It's not about you and Mom. It's about his mother. It's true. You know it's true.
Well, that was my ex-wife and I having a discussion, and y'all jumped in between it.
We had these two to worry about, not y'all two. It wasn't fair to these guys.
What was going on between my ex and I had everything to do with what was going on with our son at that moment.
I don't know what that was.
See, Chris, my point here is we've got another human being in this world, and it's going to get harder, not easier, and you need all the help you can get. And you don't want to alienate Chris. You don't want to alienate any of these three. You don't want to do that. And if what I saw with your anger flashing here and throwing a bomb on national television in front of all of these people, if that is an indication of your impulse control and your emotional maturity, I've got real concerns about your readiness as a father. I'm just telling you that. I mean, that vignette in and of itself, to me, is very disturbing.
I've held my tongue for 10 months with them. I've been completely respectful every time. Every time Paige wanted to go see them, I said, "Go ahead, take Miley." But every time she goes over there, they just keep telling her how bad of a person I am, and I haven't even done anything to them.
Well, you got the daughter pregnant.
I understand that.
That's a big one.
I know, I understand that.
No, seriously, that's a big deal. I mean, if I had a daughter and some guy got her pregnant at 16, we would have a serious parting of the ways.
Yeah.
No doubt about it. And that's a dance that it takes two to do, but I'm telling you, you can't just say, I don't know why these people have it out for me. I mean, come on. I mean, develop some empathy here.
So then, 10 months ago, you know, when we had that first parent meeting, then why did they feel so comfortable letting their daughter go live with him?
That was me, and that was the decision that...
That's just you.
Because he also would encourage her to sneak out.
I remember Nikki controlling that whole meeting.
We're not talking about the meeting. We're talking about what happened while she went to live with you. And that was because he didn't respect, I mean, you know, he would come and get her. She would sneak out, after hours, slamming doors, all this. I mean, you were still under my roof. You were still, I mean, if you...
And you would let her spend the night with Jordan?
No.
Yes.
You knew about it, yeah.
Yes.
But what's your point?
They think my son's so bad. Why did they let their daughter come live with him?
So your point is that they really don't think he's so bad? That they really didn't mind that they got her pregnant?
All they do is judge.
But what is your... I'm looking for somebody that's trying to advance the dialogue here. And you're saying, well, if that's true, then why did you do that 9 months ago? What do you expect? What do you expect the result of that comment to be?
You know what I said? I said right here, almost a year of having Paige under my roof with me. You know, helping them as much as I can possibly help them as a single parent, okay? And I have gotten no appreciation whatsoever from them, not even a thank you from them.
You're enabling everything.
For
you're an
filling her
enabler.
Jeep up, you know, feeding her.
So what'd you do when you made him move out after the baby was a week old? You kicked him out.
I did not kick them out. You guys go by what you hear. You've never called me. You always call my ex-wife.
You know,
you never call me, ever.
I've been sitting here through this whole conversation, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people, not one of you have said, Dr. Phil, what do you think's best for Miley? Dr. Phil, what do you think we could do better?
That's what I thought you were getting to.
We want to...
That's what we were waiting on.
we want to deal with this. Well, you weren't waiting on it. You were spending time pointing fingers, and everybody here has been doing the same thing. Yeah. I'm astounded at that. I mean, when you guys get home and watch this show, you're going to go, oh, Jesus. God, did I really say that? Did I really say that?
I wrote in because we're desperate for help.
Yes, we want help.
Oh, you're more desperate than you think. Seriously, there's some real danger here. I mean, seriously, I'm very concerned about it. We got to take a break. See if you can correctly answer this question. What percentage of teen moms go on welfare within 5 years of their baby's birth? Is it 12%, 38%, or 75%? We're going to give you the answer after the break. Before the break, we asked the question, what percentage of teen moms go on welfare within 5 years of their baby's birth? 12, 38, or 75%? Well, the correct answer is 75%. Do y'all agree that what you're doing is not giving you the result you want?
Yes.
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 I mean,
Yes.
do you miss your relationship with your parents?
Yes, I do.
Because you really miss that, don't you? What would it mean to you to be able to do that?
Everything.
Why?
Because they're my parents and I love them. And I want them to be in Miley's life and in my life.
And you have questions you want to ask sometimes, right? You'd like to be able to have some girl talk, some mommy talk. That would be nice, true? Have you missed that?
I miss her a lot.
Have you missed that?
Yeah.
I mean, she's over there living with a couple of guys and a baby. And the women in her life have got up on their hind legs and started barking. But that's not helping the situation here. Y'all are going to need some help in brokering some future planning here, and I'm going to provide that for you. And I really want you two to get some extensive parenting classes. It will make it, what you're doing now will seem so much easier with a little skill injection here, and I'm going to arrange that for you as well. It's a bit at our expense. You're not going to, you don't have the money to do it. We'll do that. Okay, can we start with that? All right, we'll be right back. You know, the thing that I want all 6 of you to remember is life is a marathon.